It's actually kind of cold. Bit of a wind blowing. Chilly. So this place is actually closed. The National Cathedral had a positive case the other day. One of the staffers working inside the cathedral, hello guys, hey Bangor. One of the staffers inside the cathedral tested positive for the coronavirus, and she's at the cathedral in Washington. There are now 10 positive cases in Washington, D.C., and the Episcopal Church in Georgetown is a cluster, one of the main clusters. So they closed all the Episcopal churches and schools in the D.C. area. Hello. And they're closed through March 25th, but nobody believes the March 25th date. It's going to be a lot longer than that. So, well, Hong Kong has done a pretty good job. I think the people there know what's going on. Of course, the expats are being dumbasses. Are people still going to work? It's starting to diminish. My wife's office is closing to telework. Anybody that can telework is teleworking. Yeah, the courts have closed. Schools, of course, are closed. All the DC, Maryland, Virginia schools. Virginia schools are closed for a month. The DC schools, it's actually the private schools, this sort of hits their spring break right now. It is spring break for the private schools. Well, we have the Cherry Blossom Festival coming up. In fact, I think you can see some cherry blossoms right over there. And they'll be blooming all over the city, so there'll be a lot of visitors coming in on prearranged trips. But I'm pretty sure a lot have canceled as well. I am generally eating in. I'm not eating out. But yesterday, actually, I went out to Southern Maryland to our country house, and I was like, screw this. I need a sandwich. So I did go get a sandwich out there. Hey. But in DC, I've stopped eating out. And we are actually going to head out to the country in a day or two. This isn't a cherry blossom, this is something else. We're in the Bishop's Garden at the National Cathedral. And this is a little garden here. This is really pretty. I don't know what this is. Do you guys know what this is? What kind of tree this is? That's a cherry blossom. Things are blooming. That's a big one though. I don't know if that is a cherry blossom. Korean dogwood. There are a lot of dogwoods here. Let's go see this purple one. It's very pretty. Yes, this is the National Cathedral in Washington, D.C. This is the second largest cathedral in the United States. And no, I don't know what the first one is. This is the Anglican Church, the Episcopalian Church of the United States. It's the Queen of Church of England, basically. In fact, the Queen came here as the head of the Anglican Church, and the consecration of the window, which was like the final stage, was done by Queen Elizabeth. She actually flew over for this as the head of the Anglican Church. That's actually my school's headmaster's house. So the headmaster of our son's school lives there on the cathedral grounds. Not a bad thing. So I think we're gonna go down Embassy Row. It is a Saturday. The embassies are closed. And the result, this could be a very isolated place. So we'll work our way into Georgetown. Georgetown should be pretty crazy. It's always pretty crazy. So the first big case, oh, the tulips are coming out. Hang on a second. Georgetown is, yeah, it's nice, but it's kind of fallen on hard times. So the tulips are starting to bloom here. And they're kind of everywhere. There's a bunch of freaking squirrels running around like idiots right now. Daffodils? Those are daffodils? Okay. Daffodils are blooming. That's right, those aren't tulips. The base kind of reminds me of a tulip. That's why I was confused. It's got the long green stemmy things. There's a squirrel over there. Okay, daffodils are blooming. They plant tulips, or they have tulips that come out every time. Around this time, they put tulips out down in the mall by the Jefferson Memorial. But I don't know what they're doing this year. These are buses. There are many like it, but this one is mine. There's a bunch of squirrels over there in this park. So we're going to head over to the Vice President's house. Vice President Pence lives just over here. Then we're going to walk down past all the embassies and make our way to Georgetown. It's going to take us about a half hour or so. Kids are playing soccer up there. Might get a call to go take my kids to play. It's a speed bump that everybody drives around. I don't know, it'll be interesting. He just got a test, apparently. The president was tested. Yeah, here's some daffodils that haven't actually bloomed. So, because our school has a lot of family that are connected to the church in Georgetown that had the first cluster, our school immediately canceled like Tuesday was their last day. That and then the guy in the cathedral. So the kids have been home Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now this week and next, the upcoming week and next, are actually their spring break, their official spring break week. So they were already going to be home for 2 weeks anyway. And then the schools have told us prepare for online learning when spring break is over. So we are basically prepared for an entire month, 1 month of no school, no physical school. So we think we might just go out to the country, which is a lot more isolated. So the vice president's motorbikes down there. Our country is a little bit more, indefinitely, yeah, you're in college. Actually, Georgetown University has basically told the kids to go home, that all the remaining, I mean, there's only, 7 weeks left of school for the universities. Hey, India, I don't know how long the toilet paper insanity is going to last, not that long. But I will say, in Hong Kong and China, they're not considered virus-free until there's 28 days of no cases. 28 days later, yeah? So that's the cutoff in Hong Kong to kick the schools back into motion. Anyone who thinks that this is going to be settled in a week or two here in the United States. Bonsoir, ça va? More daffodils up here. No, they're going to finish those classes online. The teachers will do live broadcasts. The students will listen to the lectures, and they'll submit their tests digitally. To be honest, that's pretty much what they do nowadays anyway. Yeah, most polls, most things. Hong Kong did a much better job containing. Hong Kong, I think, well, they're still having some spread, but I think they're under 150 cases in Hong Kong, dating back to the introduction of the virus, the first few days. So, yeah, we're not touching much. No one no one in this country is really taking it as seriously as, say, Hong Kong people would take it. But we'll see. The kids are text messaging me. Hang on a second. I wonder if I can text message. The expats in Hong Kong are still being idiots and like going out and partying and all that. But the key, as you guys have all seen over the last 72 hours, is the concept of flatten the curve. And no, I don't know anyone with it, but someone at the cathedral where my son occasionally attends chapel, he had it. So that's one of the reasons they closed my son's school. So we're coming up to the vice president's house. The vice president lives just up on this here. Is that my neighbor? I think it is my neighbor. I'm doing fine. I think, I'm not sure if some expats have caught it or not. This is the embassy of Iraq. There are some, I mean, there are residents like caught it on a flight from London to Hong Kong. One caught it in Tokyo, whatever. I don't know. You know, I think we'll go back to our regularly disgusting selves pretty quickly. That was interesting. After the SARS virus in Hong Kong, there were some cultural changes. I mean, before everybody used to spit because it was thought to be, you know, good luck, and that really diminished considerably after the SARS virus. And, you know, people started wearing masks when they were sick, kind of the Japanese custom, and that kind of spread all over Asia. Originally, it was just sort of the Japanese would wear a mask if they were sick, but then that sort of spread all over, you know, East Asia. And that's now that's generally the custom, is you wear a mask if you have a cold. Yeah, it was not good luck. It was to get rid of the evil spirits, basically. I don't even want to say evil spirits. It was just, you know, to get the bad stuff out of you. So that's the vice president's house right over there. Will things change here? I think it depends how bad it gets. Can I show you the house? Yeah, we're going to cross the street in a bit. We'll be a lot closer to it in a minute. So we'll see the house in another minute. Pence got tested. Oh, this is the Norwegian embassy. I don't know. I'm told it was a Cantonese thing. Okay, so I'm not really entirely sure. But I was told that it was like a southern Guangdong kind of thing, that you would spit and get rid of the bad juju. This clock is the official clock of the United States government. U.S. Naval Observatory runs the official time for the U.S. government, for the U.S. Navy and military. So now Periscope has a delay. So the delay, you'll see a few seconds off versus whatever time you're watching right now. But this is the U.S. Naval Observatory master clock. 3:33 and 20 seconds. Beep. It's not broke, it's just the refresh rate. There's the vice president's house. It's that house right there. Yeah, Periscope's refresh rate, 3:33:33. That's the Vatican's embassy over there. Oh crap, I wanted to go by the Finland embassy. Ah, shoot. That is Pi Day. I'm actually thinking about buying a telescope today. So I've been shopping for Dobsonian telescopes today. I was going to buy a 12-inch, and I think I probably will end up buying a 12-inch telescope, but then I'm being tempted by like 16-inch, 20-inch. Of course, they're really, really expensive. So, we'll see. So that over there is the Finland embassy, and they actually did something really cool. So check this out. They've got a mini library in front of the embassy there, yeah? And they put Finnish authors. They put free books from Finnish authors in the library, and you can read like what's hot and trendy in Finland. So I grabbed a couple the other day for my kids, and I have to go back and place a book there too. Yeah, those mini libraries too. Yeah, it is cool. Well, it's cool for them because they can, there's a lot of people who like the Scandinoir type of fiction. I want a telescope that I do the iPhone with. Yeah, there's like a mount that you can plug your iPhone in. Who's texting? Kids bothering me? No. I don't know if I'm going to make it all the way to Georgetown or if the kids are going to like summon me. Dad, we want to go play soccer. So we're walking down now. There's a big hike here. There's not much to see here. Do not see many people with masks. There's a Secret Service watchtower up on that ridge there. A Secret Service guard tower with snipers, maybe. All of these are like camera, infrared, motion detectors. You ain't jumping that fence without someone knowing it. It's a Saturday. It's pretty quiet. Actually, though, we've got some Secret Service activity up here at this exit. The Vice President might be doing a motorcade soon. Usually, though, let's see, I only see like one in a car. That's probably not it. If there's like 3 police cars down here, it means the Vice President is about to go out or come back from some business. Yeah, I am not wearing a mask. I'm actually not going to see many people where I'm hiking today. I'm kind of going into the countryside to avoid people. There's more Secret Service up there. They are actually quite a few units up there. Oh, they're doing a motorcade today. I don't see them lining up a motorcade at the moment. Yeah. Oops. That's the British Embassy. And then behind is the New Zealand Embassy. And then I think Sri Lanka. The Sri Lanka Embassy is also up that street. There are black squirrels of death everywhere. There's been 10 cases in D.C. There's been about 20 each in Virginia and Maryland. The schools are closed in D.C. for a couple weeks. In Maryland as well. And in Virginia, they are closed for the next month. And D.C. is kind of in shutdown mode. The universities have been emptying out this week. What's the campus on this street? There's no... Well, this is Massachusetts Avenue, and if I went way back up that way, I'd run into American University in about a mile and a half. But most of these buildings, all these buildings you see are embassies. So this is the British Embassy here, and we'll see many more embassies down here. I'm not really sure I'm going to go past the embassies. I might go into the woods. The woods are a little bit more isolated. Everybody's always driving. That's what sucks. Here I am trying to have a nice stroll, and there's just cars. Vroom, 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 vroom. And it's not pleasant. College is shut down, yeah. It's just not pleasant to walk around. I think this week, the mood that we're hearing is that we may start to see travel restrictions inside the United States next week. Our Secret Service office nearby, there are Secret Service officers all over the place. We were just at the Vice President's house, and there's a whole company of Secret Services. This is the British Ambassador's place, by the way. But all of these embassies are guarded by Secret Service Uniform Division, which is the patrol division of the Secret Service, not the protective division, which is what surrounds the president, but the uniform division, which is the guys who protect the embassies. They protect the White House grounds, the exterior grounds, and you'll see a lot of them. The Japanese embassy is a bit close. It's on the other side of the bridge, which I haven't quite decided if I'm going to go over there or if I'm going to go back into the woods. But this is Embassy Row. That is the South African embassy right over there. And that's Churchill right there in front of that. The Cherry Blossom Festival's on, but they canceled the parade. They canceled some of the fun runs and other activities. I mean, it's kind of hard to, cancel the trees from blooming, of course. Now, that's the old Moroccan embassy. Morocco moved to a new embassy that's like 3 times bigger than that. And they're like, nobody wants to buy our old embassy. It's like, well, you got a giant blue dome in it, Who wants an embassy with a blue dome, This is Bolivia. I live nearby here. I have an apartment near here. The Bolivian embassy. This is the Brazil embassy. And the Brazilian ambassador lives behind the Brazil embassy. He's got like a really rough walk to work. But I'm trying to think, does he actually have a way to get to work? He does. He can go through his backyard. In Hong Kong, I was easily doing 15 to 20 miles a day. Here, it's very tough to do 10 miles. I do occasionally get up to 10 miles a day. Yeah, I call it the Brasilia Embassy, kind of this square model. This is the old traditional style embassy, but this is their old embassy. Now it's the ambassador's residence. That's an embassy to be named later for draft picks and potential cash. Yeah, Lebanon's a mess. Lebanon sounds horrible right now from what I've been reading. Really rough. But, you gotta do what you gotta do. That's what it is. The embassies, the actual it depends. Many embassies are actually owned by other countries. They actually own the building. Some of these are owned by private landlords or private companies and then leased out to the embassies. And this street, most of the buildings here are diplomatic use only. So like if I was to buy that house, I'd have to get it rezoned if I wanted to live there. Che bella. Ciao. Pasta linguine. Arrivederci. I don't know, that's all the Italian I know. So I'm doing like the Kevin Kline Fish Called Wanda Italian. Anyway, that is the Italian embassy. That really cool looking building. And then up there is the Danish embassy. Denmark is getting clobbered by coronavirus. And on the other side of the Danish embassy is Hillary Clinton's Washington house. But I don't think she's there. That's Italy. That's Denmark. And this is a path where I'm out for a hike. Keeping our distance. So sorry we got cut off by a frantic mother call, wife call. What are the kids gonna do? La 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 la. This is the Rock Creek Parkway down there. Hello, that is Rock Creek. Over there is the Parkway where most of the people go driving. And this is a series of paths and trails that cut through the city. We're gonna come up. Hello. Yeah, I probably did fry. There's a dog. Dog. Bye, dog. We are on a path that's gonna put us back up. Hello, England. Sorry you can't come visit. We just shut the borders to England and Ireland today. The United Kingdom and Ireland are now no-go zones, I guess. The temperature today is actually a tad chilly. It's about, it's supposed to go up to 13 Celsius. I don't think it got that high today. I think it's right around 10, which is in like the 50s American. So it's kind of in the 50s. If you're jogging, you'd be all right. If you're walking, it's a tad chilly. Have I hiked the morning trail in Hong Kong? I hiked the morning trail in Hong Kong every single day. That was my morning hike around the peak. Part of that was the morning trail, and that was my regular hike for the last 10 years. But now I'm back in Washington, D.C., and I don't quite have the same options for hiking. I do have a nice creek down there. There's a guy playing with this. There's a bunch of dogs down there. We're going to hike around here. This is back by the Dumbarton Oaks, which is a private estate that actually played a bit of a role in the Bretton Woods Conference. For those of you who are up to date on international finance systems, you know, the 360 camera just hasn't been working as well as it used to. I thought about upgrading to the newer one, but you know, I don't know, the 360 videos, some of you liked them, some of you didn't. There was a lot more to look at when I was hiking around the streets of Hong Kong, and there was people everywhere. Here, it's just more boring. But I can do a 360, Portman 360. There you go. Portman 360. I will say the number of hikers back here is increased quite a bit than normal. Normally I'm by myself back here. So, the Bretton Woods Conference was the conference that set up the system for the World Bank and the redevelopment of Europe, establishing the U.S. dollar's role in international finance systems. The Bretton Woods is actually just a bit up the road from here in Potomac, Maryland, and this is Dumbarton Oaks, which was sort of the Washington address for some of the convention goers. The documents from the Bretton Woods are kept in Dumbarton Oaks today, so researchers can take a look at the minutes of the meetings. See what happened. So we're going to go back here. That was a random baby carriage, yeah. I don't see the baby. I think, to be honest, it was used for a dog. Phantom baby stroller. So the kids were ecstatic today to find out that there was a new ASDF video on YouTube. ASDF number 12. Kids were very excited. They were big fans of ASDF. If you've never watched ASDF, well, you need a slightly warped sense of humor, which my children do have. But, hello, Alexis. Welcome to Periscope. There's actually like a whole bunch of dogs down there. It's a bridge. It's a creek. Zero. I mean, as a percentage of people in DC wearing masks, I would have to say 0.0001. A couple Asians are wearing masks. That's about it. Is there a troll on a bridge? No, but it is poo stick time. All right, guys, pick your winner. Big stick, little stick. Big stick, little stick. Do we have guys who are gonna pick big stick or little stick? What do you guys say? Everybody pick your winner. Little stick, big stick, little. Okay, here we go. And they're in. and we anxiously await the arrival of Big and Little Stick. Big Stick, hey, that's me. Hello, how are you? So, Big Stick, Little Stick. And the winner, winner. Do we have a winner? Do we have a winner yet? Big Stick! Big Stick! We have a winner, Big Stick. There it is, Big Stick is the winner. Big Stick. Big Stick is the winner. Yay! Everybody who picked Big Stick, give yourself a pat on the back for your amazing ability to judge. I guess that's not some. I guess size does matter. It's not size, it's how you use it. Big Stick took his to the speed. And the crowd goes wild. And there was much rejoicing. Wow, that's beautiful. Look at that. Check that out. That's amazing. I don't want to walk, yeah. And give us another week and I don't think we'll be there. Look at all those yellow trees. I've never seen that before. Wow. That's really cool. You guys like that? Isn't that amazing? I used to do the Barker Road. That is the morning trail, yeah. I think a lot of people are out here hiking for the first time. Kind of like, because you know, that side of the path doesn't go there. It is like a yellow brick road. So we're going to hike back here. We're going to come up behind the British International School. And then we're going to make our way back to my son's school. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow. That's a bit sketch. There are some fitness trails nearby. Not here though. Rock Creek has a fitness trail.
You have to leave it.
This is the same thing that happened in Hong Kong during SARS and due to the coronavirus is everybody goes for a walk. everybody is out together trying to get away from each other, going for a hike. This trail, I'm usually the only person on this trail. Today, I'm not the only person on this trail. It's a Saturday, yeah. Yeah, we're all alone together. Apart, but together. Whew. Now we can go over here. It's one of those daffodils yet to bloom. That's the British International School. That's a parking garage. Now in the summer, you can't see any of that from here because it's just weeds and trees and everything. I actually have hiking tennis shoes on today. I need to replace my shoes. I usually wear Aces, but I didn't like this year's colors, so I didn't buy any new ones yet. We'll see what comes next. I usually buy 2 pairs of shoes when I buy shoes, and then I rotate the shoes each day. A day, B day, A day. That way either shoe gets time to air out. So we're coming up to the British International School. That's where Wayne Rooney sent his kids when he lived here in DC. This is North Georgetown. Georgetown University is, actually technically that's a Georgetown building, but the main campus is. Most of the students from, okay, so guys, I'm probably going to get cut off again due to wife interference, spousal interference, breaking in the phone call. Kids going nuts about jackets. Hey, I'm maybe going to answer with my watch. No. Guys, if we get disconnected, it's because of an insane wife and kid.
Yeah.
Who are calling me to find a jacket that's back in the house. It's like, I don't know where it is. I'm on a hike. It's a little warmer